What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Witchwatch, this time with episode 8. Good episode last week. Again, it's very much in the realm of what I do with the whole YouTube stuff. Pretty much taking up the whole episode, which was cool. Again, I think I could give a little bit of a unique well, I was going to say, could I give a unique perspective? Any perspective you guys do watch will be from the perspective of someone that does YouTube, so actually not a very unique perspective actually. But it was pretty meta, pretty cool, a lot of references as usual. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. But I see those wind blades quite a lot. Serpico's got one in Berserk. I think there was a character in Sengoku Yoko that had one. I've seen that a few times, these kind of wind blades. Must be based on some kind of legend or something. Some kind of, well, not a legend, but a myth, I should say. A hero show. Poor guy. Poor guy. From what I remember from the preview of this episode, I think it's going to be another kind of more standard kind of 3-story structure of the episode. Probably quite a bit more comedy focused. Didn't notice all those Tengu masks in the back of that shot there. That's the awesome thing with this open. There's so much detail and awesomeness in this that you're always finding new stuff on every watch. Ooh, theme park. Love the theme park myself. I haven't been to one in years, but always reminds me of my football trip to Holland. I think it was like when I was like 16, and we randomly found a joint on the floor. Although all me and my friends were used to smoking weed at that point, and that was unlike anything we ever had. We thought it was a Jeffrey with all sorts of other drugs in there because it was literally like that big. Yeah, we all got supremely messed up off it. We just found it on the floor as well, so it was a bit suspicious. But yeah, that was we found it at a we were staying at a place with a theme park around it, so we went on the rides and yeah, really fun time. Not even a good morning. What a life, eh? This isn't. I feel like people would have already turned off. I heard something very important about movies. I've always kind of agreed on the first 5 to 10 minutes of a movie, whether it captures you or not, is the most important, because if it does capture you, you're there and present for the rest of the movie. You're captured. If it doesn't, more often than not, you probably won't like the rest of the movie. There's obvious exceptions to that, but for most cases, I found that to be true. I really like that woman's voice actress. Oh, where's the hero in this show? Like I just said, I would have turned this off already. Black Company. Is that a yen on his back? Not really sure what that symbol is. Working man's kick. Back to work again. No, you don't really have to. You should be happy, Tengu. You don't have to do too much here. Just gotta wait, throw down a few punches, and just chill. Why do you care about that? Even say good morning. Just to get at him. Oh, you forgot, did you? Do you even deserve me? That's not bad. It's just use them as a footstool. Those feet are awfully kind of spread. That's what I'm thinking. Those toes. Awfully spreading the toes. That's the thing you got to think about with stuff like this. You got to feel for the people in the giant monster suits. You guys know I'm a massive horror fan, so I've watched a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of effects stuff. Recently, just watched an awesome video of Tom Savini and his collection of prosthetics and sculptures and such, and it's fucking awesome. But the people in those suits are literally sweating their asses off. Way down, humid, hot. They've got a tough ass job they have. Sorry, I did just miss that because I was yapping. But yeah, you got to really feel for these guys in the suits. You know, they don't really get the credit they deserve either. They're just the guy in the suit. When you always think of this, you always just think of the monster, but you never think of the man in the monster suit. Sorry to go on about it, but you start thinking about the man in the monster suit, and you should always appreciate him as well, because the man in the monster suit is 1,000 times better than the monster conjured up by effects. That's not really there. So he was the old Ottoman. He'd been relegated to Munster. Oh, Metaboli. Yes, I'd like to see that. Well, they centered up quite nicely, didn't they? He's in the suit, isn't it? Yeah. And little swapsies. For real. Make him proud. Cushion kick. Oh wow, he sold that really. I guess that's his wind powers working. Jesus Christ, he sold that so well. Still got the feet singing. That can't be too good to see, as your father being used like that. Yeah, but it went down really well. Well, it didn't really work for the end, did we? We worked for the father son relationship, and that's worth infinitely more, isn't it? I'd love to see that. But honestly, he's probably better as the villain because he can use his abilities to get hit like that and sell the effects better than being the hero and having to hold back. Oh, looks like his ankles got better. Good for you, kid. Good for you. Yeah, that was nice. Wholesome. This is new job. Because with you guys, I've done that before. I have an older sister, and sometimes we'd put stuff on the line like be a slave for the day if you do this or whatever, or use it as a footrest or something. So yeah, done stuff like this before when I was much younger. Fortunately, you'd always agree to stuff like that, and then you'd do it, but the other person wouldn't when it came down to their time. It's like, oh well, you're a lying bastard then. What is happened here exactly? Why are you doing it one by one like that? That can't be efficient. Don't need a spell that makes them move faster. You just need to be less stupid, bro. What are you doing? Picking them out one by one like that. They all seem the same size. You literally could just grab a bunch in your hand and quickly just go and do it one at a time like that, and it'd be so much faster. Jesus. 3 days? Why? What weird stipulation that is. I mean, it's just as much her fault for casting the fucking 10 times speed than it is his for asking for it, so. I was gonna say, he's not even gonna be able to talk. I think this would be horrible. And the only way this would be bearable is if you're in a house with nobody in there, so that everything could move at your speed if you wanted it to. But yeah, instead you get this. Ghosts and goblins, ghouls and goblins, and just goblins. And he's going at the same fucking stupid pace, but 10 times quicker. He's experiencing it the same way though, right? Like it's the same experience for him. This is really has achieved nothing. I mean, it has, but it hasn't. Oh yeah, it would feel like 30 days. Jesus. This really was an absolute diabolical decision, wasn't it? Well, you're gonna have to write it down, bro. Write it down. I must say it's in another dimension. That is something quite funny though. If he ever does decide to come out, he literally just pops in and out within like a couple seconds. Good point that as well, actually. Yeah, he's got to eat 10 times the amount of food in the same span of time as well. Again, this really just was horrid, wasn't it? Like nothing good came of this. But my Gintoki's favourite right here. strawberry milkshake. This is depressing. This is depressing, man. A phantom. It was an eternity. He was not dead. Looking like that. Yeah. Oh, he should fan it himself in that case. What a fucking disaster. How can you ever go from living like this back to normal though, is now what I'm thinking. Bro, I can't believe we haven't figured out that he can just write something down this whole time. They literally wrote something down for him. Oh shit. I think that's a lot harder than you think it would be to talk like this. To talk at normal speed, at 10 times speed. I think that is actually quite incredible you managed to do that. I'm not sure why you're telling us like some fairy tale. This is still depressing. Still absolutely brutal. Yep. As suspected. How can you ever go back to this? Honestly, it is a little bit surprising his mind didn't just break. That probably is a realistic outcome for a normal person if they went through that. Just your mind would just shatter at the perception of things. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good episodes there. I especially really like that first half. I really like that scenes with the kid and his dad and Mr. Tengu helping them out. Pretty much a Tengu episode today, wasn't it? Interesting concept for this second half. Interesting concept for sure. And again, does beg some really interesting questions. Like, I mean, when you really think about it, it's one of those things that you don't really think about getting into. I don't think anyone really would. Like, it sounds cool. Like, oh my god, yes, I can move at 10 times the speed. That sounds fucking awesome. And you actually think about it, it's like, oh, everything's actually a bit like 10 times worse. Everything. The hour I'd have to wait to on public transport, for example, would last 10 times longer. Stuff like that. I thought there was going to be 3 stories in this episode, but I guess I just confused the preview a little bit. Cinema. Some clothes, family. Yeah, I swear the preview for last week had something similar where it had like 3 titles. But yeah, Dear Kara, New Friends, and Date with the Night. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said, really good episode today. I especially loved that first half of the episode. Thought that was really cool. A little bit of comedy in there, but more so again, just like really quite wholesome kind of concept there, which I enjoyed. And yeah, very fast end to the episode here. Do let me know, guys, thought about this one down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 9.